Hey guys, welcome to DevOps School. In this video tutorial, we are going to learn about Artifactory. Artifactory is a repository management tool which is developed by JFrog. A repository manager is a dedicated server application designed to manage binary components for the application that we build. Artifactory supports all major packaging formats, build tools, and CI servers. After going through this session, I can assure you that the concept and understanding of the Artifactory will be absolutely clear to you. But before we begin, let me inform you a few things about us. DevOps School is one of the leading platforms which offers DevOps, cloud and containers technology training and certification programs for freshers and established professionals who wish to update and consolidate their skills in the dynamic IT scenario. We ensure that the training solutions are delivered by highly experienced domain experts with practical working experience in various verticals. You can join our all training programs globally through online platforms, and if you're looking for classroom workshops, then we have regular batches available in Hyderabad and Bangalore. Check out the dates and enroll with us for our upcoming batches. For more info, link and contact details are mentioned in the description below.
Everything you know is in your mind.
Okay, so basically, I will be using Notepad for my training. Okay, but if you want, lots of documentations and all, you can come back to devopsschools.com. This is the place.
Okay.
And then click on the tutorials and click on the Artifactory, which is this one. Okay, and once you click here, you have web tutorials. Here you have PDF files. Okay, so all these things you have it already. You can go through that and then see that how it can help you. Okay, now so let me start.
Okay.
So first thing is, what is Artifactory? Okay, so what is Artifactory? So first question. So we say, okay, Artifactory is a place. Artifactory is a place. Is a place to store your packages. Okay, so now what is the packages? So it's very simple. You have a source code in a Git. Okay, then you compile it and become a binary. Okay, and now for the binary you use some other tools also, and now you create a packages. And these packages has to be stored somewhere, right? PSCK.
Okay.
So now using the source code, probably you are having in the Git, you are having the binary, you might get it in the map and ms build and NAND and all sort of things. For the packaging, we do have many tools for it. Okay, so there's a different form of packaging. It could be zip, it could be bar, it could be let's say exe, it could be Docker images, it could be any sort of packages. Okay, any sort of packages which can be stored actually. So we use the Artifactory to store the packages. So now the packages, the question is like, why do you need to store the packages? Why do we need to store the packages? That's the questions, right? So you can store in the tools like FTP also, you can store in the shared drive also. So why do you want to store in the Artifactory, which is again a tool which is commercial? So why do you want to use it? So we should be having reason for it, right? Why do we want to store the packages only in Artifactory, not in FTP, not in shared drive and all kind of things? So what can be the reason for it? So the reason is, first and foremost important reason is, let me copy this Artifactory. First and foremost reason is the security. Okay, security of the packages. Okay. Let me tell you, the packages which you are copying inside the FTP or shared drive, those packages can be compromised. Those packages can be, modified. And if the packages are modified, it's been compromised, then it may create a problem in your production server or may impact your end users. So it can be happen anything. So here the proprietary things, the most important thing is like, how can you secure the packages? Because you have the source code, you convert it to binaries, you get the packages. That packages you use for the testing and the deployments, both the things you use it for the testing and the production servers, both the things. So how can you use the packages which you are using for the testing and the production, how can you secure the packages? That's one important thing. Yes, FTP, you have no mechanism in which you can, certify that the package has not been changed, the integrity has not been compromised, and things like that. So that's the one thing. Second thing is,
Okay.
we need a place which can be process driven stuff. So now what is the meaning of the process driven? So let me give you examples. Whereas you want to store the package in the traditional way, so what do you want to do? So it's like this. If you are using the traditional way of the package management, which is nothing but FTP or shared drive. Okay.
Hmm.
So now here, what do you want to do? You are going to store, let's say, 30 packages in a day. 30 packages in a day. So altogether, it will become a 365 days if you store. So you'll be getting a lot of packages. Now, the thing is, how can you name it? How can you label it? How can you clean up? How can you make sure that this is the package do that? So for that, you have to probably have to write a lot of scripts for it, right? You might have to write a self
Hmm.
scripting and scripting or whatever script you are using in the build server. So you have to write it. But here, if you're using the tools like Artifactory, you don't have to, label it. You don't have to, name it. You don't have to automate using the scripts and all. Automatically, it's driven actually. So this is the process driven. You have it. Now, third thing is here, dependencies management. Dependencies management. This is one of the powerful features which you have in the Artifactory. So what will happen? Let's say the dependency management is like this. You have a you have a package which is, let's say, softx 1.0, and again we have another package which is netx 3.0. Now this netx 3.0, to build it you need a softx 1.0. But the thing is, if you want to build netx and if you want to say, okay, softx is dependent on it, so probably you have to specify where these dependent files are, dependent locations, all the authentications, all the mechanisms. You have to pass it in the script which is of net 3.x. Similarly, in a project you have a two kind of dependencies. Okay, we have internal dependencies and then external dependencies. Internal dependencies, something like that. In a module 1 is dependent on module 2, and module 2 is more dependent on module 5. And external dependencies, like your program which you are compiling or you are using, the packages which you are using require some third party libraries as well. Nowadays, you know that we do the development, and we do use the lots of third party libraries like jQuery, AngularJS, Node.js, and so many other thousands of packages are there as part of the third party library. So how can you resolve it? How can you keep it at the same one place, and how can you refer it with the part of the process? So how can you do that? So basically, this tool will help you to get the dependencies management capabilities also done. Okay. Now, fourth thing is integrity of the package. Integrity of the package. Integrity of the packages. So what is the meaning of the integrity of the packages? So whereas let's say you are using a package, you got copied to FTP drive. Okay. Now due to some network problem or storage problem, that packages got corrupted. Yes, of course, you could find out the corrupted packages, that because the package which you generated, that package is being used for the deployment purpose. So that packages will be used for the testing and deployment purpose. But yes, you will come to know that the package is corrupted. It's not the right package. But when you'll come to know, by end of the day, probably by the time you have lost so many hours, actually useful hours, and maybe your QA team has
Okay.
spent a number of hours of deploying and all these things. So all of the time has gone wasted, right? And in the DevOps culture, the time is everything. So now, if you store the package in FTP or share drive, integrity of the package, if the package has been corrupted, you cannot validate it. You can validate only after using it. But here we have a tool which is Artifactory, which has an inbuilt package integration package integrity checks like checksum MD5 and things like that, which can check that the package is correct or not. Okay, so that is a features which you have it automatically. Top of it, you have a lots of admin activities. In terms of admin activities, like let's say you can assign the user, you can create a groups, access, permissions, dedicated permission, authorizations, everything you can do that in a tool. But whereas in FTP and shared drive, you cannot do that. What else? So you can also do the backup and cleanup efficiently. Backup and cleanup efficiently. Efficiently. So now when I talk about the backup and cleanup, let me talk about it like this. Let's say you want to clean up the data which is older than 1 year, and you want to delete only to certain releases. How can you do that? So probably for doing and clean up all these files in FTP and shared drive, probably you have to spend hours of time. Whereas you can set some rules in the tool itself, and that the tool will do the cleanup efficiently. Whereas you can also do the backup and mirroring with the tools with the help of the Artifactory, and you don't have to spend time on it. So basically here what you're getting in a nutshell, you're getting so many benefits. Some of the importance are like you can secure your packages, you get the process driven automatically, you don't have to write any auto scripts for it. Dependencies management has been taken care of, the internal dependency, external dependency, integrity of the package is being maintained. Admin, you can create a user accounts and all access permissions, all this stuff in this tool. You can have a proper backup and cleanup efficiently. So these are the reason we are using. These are the reason which is motivating us to use the tools Artifactory to store the package, which give you lots of flexibility here actually, right? Okay. Now what
Okay.
we understand what is Artifactory and why do we need it. So what are the other tools we have in this domain? So what are the other tools we have in this domain? So basically there are so many tools we have for the package management. One of the very popular solutions which have an access, Sonatype Nexus. Okay, this is one of the popular one. Okay, Sonatype Nexus. And again you're using second popular one, which is Artifactory, which is from the JFrog. Okay, JFrog product. Okay, now we do have a Microsoft solution also, NuGet, which is a NuGet.org. Probably you can later on you can do the research and stuff like that. If you're looking for the Apache an open source solution, then you can use for the Archiva, okay, which is also popular. So Sonatype Nexus is a paid. Artifact is also paid. And NuGet is a free, and Archiva is also free. Okay, so NuGet is for the Microsoft only, and here whereas Archiva you can use for any technology, any tech. Here also you can use Artifactory for the Anytech, and Sonatype also you can use for the Anytech. Okay, so now we have these other tools. So we understand what is Artifactory, why do we need it, and then what are the options that we have available. Any questions so far?
Yeah, no questions, sir.
Okay, so next thing is how to install Artifactory. Okay, how to install Artifactory.
Okay.
So here. So now I will request you, if you are trying it out, just please refer this document. Here you have how to install the Artifactory. So this documentation you can refer it here. Okay, but for time being, remember Artifactory is developed using Java. Okay, so as you know, any Java project which is developed in Java, they need a GRE or JDK. So you similarly you have to set the Java home or GRE home and stuff like that. And after that, this is the process which you have to follow to set this. Some of the recommendation allocations also you can do that, but it's not very much important for time being because you're going to start installing for the learning purpose. Now remember, any Java application you can install in Windows. Okay, you can install in the Windows. Prerequisite is Java. Okay, Java, and then you can install in the Windows, you can install in the Linux. Both the platform it will work because Java is a platform independent. So you can install in the Windows, Mac, whatever you want it. Okay, so there's no problem in it. So now I'm going to teach you how to install in Linux. Okay, the Linux. But let me tell you, even though if you're going to install in Windows, just you get the exe file, and then you're going to just next and download, and then that's all. Okay. So now I'm going to show you the installation in the Linux. Now one more thing you have to look at it while installing, which flavor you want, which flavors you want it. Okay. So here we have a 3 flavors. One which called Artifactory OSS, another which is Artifactory Pro here, and third one which we have Artifactory Cloud. Okay. So what is this? These 3 versions of it.
Mm-hmm.
So Artifactory OS is free actually. It's free, but only for the open source project. Okay, and colleges and universities and stuff like that. Not for the companies like who's using and making money from their services and products and stuff like that. Okay. Okay. Now Pro is paid and it's commercial, and you have to so any company who's using Artifactory for the commercial users, they have to pay for their licenses. So what you have it, Pro is like a solution which you can can be installed in your desktop, in your servers, personal. So basically behind the firewall, in your company premises. Okay, and the firewall.
Okay.
Now here cloud is a version which they are offering as part of what to say, it's like a software as a service, okay, or platform as a service, whatever you want to call it. Or probably platform is a I think it will be called as a software as a service. Okay, so now this is the place where they will provide the instance to you in the cloud, and you can go and pay the amount of the subscription monthly and stuff like that, and you can use it. So right now I'm going to show you the demo of this or this, any of this, because this can be installed in your desktop. This cannot be installed. This can be used only through the online. Okay, is it clear? Okay. Now,
Yeah.
next thing is I'm going to install the things which is like Artifactory. So first thing, download. How can you download? So let's go here and download the location. So before the downloading, what I need a Linux machine. So what I will do, I will go and quickly get a machine, because I'm using all of my demo and stuff. I use the AWS. Why is that so? Because I get a good amount of speed for the download, upload, and configuration. So that way I can save lots of time for it. So I don't want to use the VMs like VirtualBox and stuff like that. Okay, so I'm going to create one VMs of 4 GB Linux RHEL on AWS.
Okay.
Here it is.
Okay.
So create a launch instance. Red Hat Linux 7.4. I will go for the 4 GB RAM. Here one instance is sufficient for my demo. I'll go for the 30 GB RAM. That's also sufficient. Here, next. And I just did wrong selection. I should go to the Mumbai. Here, Red Hat Linux 4 1 storage 30 GB. Adding security. Okay, so my VM is ready now, and I can use it. So here my VM address is this one. This is the IP address. Let's go and grab it. So putty I'm using. I hope you know the putty,
Yeah.
So here, so I don't get the password for on AWS, so I'll just get a key. So just I open using the key itself. So here it is. Now I'll make this font better so you can see very clearly. Appearance, let's make it 14. Here it is. Now username is EC2-user. Password is given. Now I'll become a root, so I'll not face any permission issues and stuff like that. Okay, so now this is my server where I'm going to show the demos. So first thing, what I'm going to do, you can use any servers for time being for your lab and all. You can use any virtual machine, stuff like that. But for this place, I get everything very fast. That's the reason I use it. So now I go here and I'm going to download. So Artifactory download. Click on it. Here you can see this Artifactory Pro standalone. Here RPM installers, Debian packages, Pro Docker images also you can use it. So any platform you want it, or you can go ahead with it. But for time being, here let's go with the standalone. Here it is. So you can use, if you are
Okay.
good in the RPM and stuff like that, you can install through RPM files also. But for time being, let's go with this standalone service on Tomcat. So I just click on it here.
Okay.
If you want the instructions, here you have instructions also. You can open the new part. So basically I'm not downloading here, I just need a link actually. So link, I just got it, the link, and cancel this. Why I just need a link?
Okay.
Because I can download in the Linux here in AWS. So I'm going to install the wget utility, which using that I can install it, download it basically. So wget utility you can find in the Linux servers. If you have a VM, you will find it for sure. My VM is very small, very base, then you won't find it. So I'm going to install using yum. So now I'm going to download this Artifactory using the wget. This is the URL. So URL I should have been like this. So it's zip file. So here it is. Now I'm just downloading. It says 504 500 error. So basically the download did not happen. Let me copy one more time. Here it is. The URL is this one. Okay, so let me copy and paste it here. This is the URL. wget okay, still it's saying no. So there's a proper URL I need to get. Just a second. Okay, let me cancel this one. I need a URL. Okay, so here you can see this version 5.6.3.
Right.
I'll just go to that. I'm looking for the direct link actually. So here I
Okay.
think I get it, the direct link. So just let me copy paste. I hope so it should be working. wget. Cool. So now
Yeah.
you can see that I'm just downloading this. Probably if you just click on that URL, it will get downloaded, but I just don't need that to be downloaded in Windows, because again you have to do SAP, win SAP and all, that's a headache actually. So here I'm just
Correct.
downloading directly. Okay. So zip file you can use anywhere basically. Zip file you can use in the Windows also. Because Tomcat container you will get it along with it. But if you are using the platform specific like exes and all, that will work for Windows, RPM for the Linux, Debian packages for the Debian. So those are the things also you can click on, get it. You have a link for it also. So depends on your
Okay.
requirement, whatever you like it, you can go and just try it out. So you can see this just a few seconds, and almost 120 MB of data has got downloaded. Okay, so here it is. So now I got these packages. I am going to unzip it. So now Unzipping, what I do first, I rename it this long file because I can see it's a very long file. So I'll just put it art.zip file. So that way. So now we have a very simple file. I just rename it art.zip. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to install the unzip because this is a base image, so that this lots of tools will not be there. So I just get it immediately on the fly. Now I have unzip also. Now I'm going to unzip this Artifactory which I downloaded. So I just click unzip.
Okay.
It's a Linux command. Unzip. Here it is. And you can see this. I got this Artifactory Pro, this directory. So usually what I do, I put it everything inside the OPT directory, such kind of folder. So that way I manage all the tools at one place only. So under the OPT, I put it Artifactory Pro.5.6.3. Now here I go here inside this. Now look at this. Here you have a some file which is called access third parties, some logs, miscellaneous, Tomcat related files, or web apps, which is nothing but a kind of all the Artifactory related HTML pages. Here you have some etc, some libraries are there, and bin. Bin is the place where you need to go and just check it out. Here underneath you can see this artifactory.bat. Do you see this file is for the windows.bat here? Here sh, this is
Great.
for the Linux. Again, bat will call this file, this is for the Windows. But again, if you want to install the as a services, you have to use this one. You just want to start this, then you have to use it. If you're not sure which file you wanted, there were one documents which was installing the things. You can look out for this also. So it has the explanation about what contains logs, what contains etc, what contains bin directory, Tomcat, miscellaneous backups and all. Okay, so important thing is a bin directory because I have a script to start and stop the what is it
Service. Services
artifact,
software.
right? So I'll just put it in the notes also. So if you want to look at it, here it is. Okay, so they have a very standard documentation, nothing complicated. So now remember one more thing: default username and password. This is the admin and password. Okay, so this is the one. That's all. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to start the Tomcat. So I believe the script which I'm going to use to start the Tomcat is this one, artifactory.sh. Okay, but if you want to install Azure services, you have to use this one. If you're using same way, if you're using Windows, then you have to use this one or this one. Okay, this is without the services, this with the services. So let's go ahead with this and then type dot artifactory.sh, and now here it is. Now it says no Java found. So this script has an inbuilt verification in place whether Java is set or not. And you can see this. Neither the Java home nor the JRE environment variable is defined. At least one of the environment variable is needed to run this program. So as you know that Java is required. So what do you want to do about it? So now you want to install the Java for it. So now I have a dedicated URL for it. Install and configure the Java. Probably I should also show you where you can do that. So here also you can do that. Here it is, right? But if you have a complete, if you want the complete guide for the Java installation in Linux, just please click on this. You get this installation documents also. Okay, now here if you go here, I just need a JDK 8. So for that I'm going to download, just verify all these steps. Some of these might get outdated, but I know that this is not outdated. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to use this command to download the Java, and this Java is this one. So now what I'm going to do, I'm in the OPT directory because you know that I do everything under the OPT. So I just go to OPT and download this jar file, and it is not downloaded because it will take some time. So this is the fake file actually. This is the fake file. So probably the link got broken. No problem. I'm going to correct it. So what is this here? This is the link. And here, so this should be one line. Okay, so this should be, let me convert that to online. This, all these things you have to do. Here it is. So now just type copy paste in the notepad, clear the screen. Here it is. till it's not downloading. Okay, so I need to also verify the URL whether it's correct or not. So let me verify. Just a second. And you see this URL is not. So no problem. I'll just modify this URL JDK 1.8 download. So here, and which I was downloading 64-bit, right? So I'll just accept this element and 64-bit, which is here. You can see the Linux 64-bit 180 Mbps. So I'll just copy this URL. That's all I needed for time being here. So they keep changing the location, and that is which irritates me sometimes. So my instruction don't work sometimes. You have to use that logic again. Again, that is not coming. I'm using the same URL. Just clear the screen. Let me clean up JDK all. Fresh try. No, it's not downloading. So seems like they are forcing me to download manually. But let me try one more time. JDK 8 with logit. Okay, now it's working. So I will correct this tutorial with new things, which is here. Okay, so you can still refer that same page, but you'll be having working commands for that. I will correct it because every 2-3 months that link is just broken. Okay, no problem. So now you have this JDK. What I'm going to do, I'm going to untar it. So here is a tar plus compress. So what you're going to do, tar -zxvf is a command to untar and unexpect. So now let's put it here. It says some error, and that error is says is not in Ganji format. So okay. Gunzip first manually I'm doing it. Sage not in zip format. I'm wondering what is this. D1 is SH. The size is correct. So -xvf. No, it should not be the error. So what I'm going to do?
Can you just give the file and the file name? Maybe you need to find out what is the syntax of.
No. This is a Junzip. So they should take it, but it's not taking. It says not a Junzip format. So I think okay, let's do one thing. What I'm going to do now, I have to follow the long process. I wanted to cut it short actually. Let's try some other file.
Sure.
Okay, so this time I got this one. Oh, I have to delete this. Just a minute.
No.
So now let's try this. -z xvf file name. This is working fine. Probably that file got corrupted or something. Okay, so now
Yeah.
here it is. Now I got this JDK. Now let's set this environment variable. So what you're going to do is just nothing great. I have 2-3 lines which you're going to just copy paste. Those lines are these two. Okay, so now I'm going to set this, and now it is a Java home. So Java home is this one. So Java home is this one, and now just set the bin folder to the path. So these two commands you're going to set it up. Let me make this bigger. You can see better. That's all. So setting up the Java home and setting up in the Java home bin into the path environment variable. Here it is.
Okay.
That's all. And then second command is this one. That's all. Okay, after this, you know that we have to go OTP Artifactory bin directory and then start the script which is called sh. Now it saw that all this set, the Java home JRE home is said its already access version is 3 point something. This is the version of Artifactory revision number this one. Your access Tomcat is being started. So if you install and start as a service, this prompt will not come. Okay, that's one thing. So you have to wait for that until the your Tomcat is completely running. So it should be up in a few seconds. Now you see that Artifactory successfully started in 22 seconds. Now you don't have to close this window at all because you're not starting as a service, and now you have to go and access it. So where are you going to access it? So use your IP address. So IP address is this one. Remember, it's got started in the Tomcat. So your username is what? Your username is admin and password is password itself, right? So you're going to check in this. Let me close the remaining window. It's not needed. I'm going to keep it this one for updating my instructions. Here, just close this guy also, this guy also, this guy also. I'm going to keep it for the updating this one. Now here. So now installation is complete, and now you can access this WAR file. So most of the time you'll get this WAR file in 8080. The address is changed, you will be able to find it out. So if you don't know the port number, which is where you should go and hit the things, very simple, because I don't know, I don't remember also. So go, you can change the port also. So very simple, go to the server, I'll just do the sudo and opt under the cd artifactory and under the etc directory. Okay, and here you'll find all the properties whatever you have. There's a property which is called artifactory.properties. Just check it out, and you have to check it out which port they have used it. So as of now you cannot see, so this is a different version. So just a second, grab port -i port here. So port can be 80, it should be 80, 90, 80, 80. Can you see some files?
I didn't see anything here. The port is not shown up.
Should be here. One place also you can look out, that is where that's a too deep actually. So Tomcat,
Server.xml or web.xml?
I'll just search it here. So the port
Yeah.
is 8081, which is then server.xml under your this directory. Tomcat.
Okay.
Okay. 8081 is the port, I believe. So it again depends on the version. If you're using OSS, that will be everything will be there inside the one file. So 8081. Now here it is your Artifactory, which is accessible. So after the downloading and installing, now you can see that you can get this one. Let me update the notes accordingly. So this is the download location of your from here, and script to start the command is under the opt artifactory bin here. So under this pwd how to start here, and the file name is or this one, whichever you like it. Now how to access here. This is the this and stuff like that. Now, so here from here you got this all this stuff down. Now you're going to log in. This is the welcome page. This is the way you see that. So this is the page. Actually, this is a very sort of new version actually. Lots of UI has changes. So no problem. Admin password is PASSWRD. So let me put it here. ADMIN PASSWRD. Now, after the login, you see this is the something which you have to experience, like click on it and see that how it goes, what are the features you have it. But right now I'm going to talk about some important things. The thing is how to use it, how to use the Artifactory. That's important. So you are going to use the Artifactory. Before that, let's understand about the repository. Just click here. Okay, I've logged in. You can see I've logged in, but I can see that there is they are not allowing me to click on the things which I wanted. Okay, so if I want to click on the artifacts, they are disabled this. Searches, they have disabled it. Builds, they have disabled it. Only the admin part is there and home part is there. So let's click on the admin part, and you see that most of the options which they have it's almost disabled. I cannot click on any of this thing. So what they are asking, so if you look at this, here it says
Okay.
no license found. If you have a license, click here to activate it. To purchase a license, please bid da. So here I just click on it, and now I don't have a license, so I'm going to grab a license which is a free of cost. So let's get it. Let's go to their website, Artifactory trial license. Click on it. Yeah. So I'm going to use the pro version, which I just downloaded. Rajesh at the rate of scmgalaxy.com. Same copy paste. Phone 810. Here India. And number of servers 1. I need integration with Maven. Do you see somewhere Maven?
So for license, again, we need to select all these components. So if we need to generate
Just
the
they
license.
no, just they need information. You don't have to do yes.
Okay.
Please provide trial version. That's the reason I was using the OSS, which will not be having so much of problem. Okay.
Okay.
I just click on the proceed. It's taking some time. I'll just stop the recordings for some time. It says your registration was successful. A confirmation message with the activation instruction has been sent to my address. Continue. So now I have to go and check my email address. So I got this license. It was sent to my email address, and I just copy paste. Okay. Okay. So now I got this license. Click save it. Now I can use it for a few hours. Done. So now you see that validate through Jan 17. So I can use it till Jan 17 and save date. Oh, it's already saved it. So now I can use it this license. If I see all the buttons got activated automatically. So this is the stuff.
Okay.
So now most important part is, because you can see a lot of features here, you don't have to worry about it. All these are easy to understand. The most important thing is how to use Artifactory. Let me tell you how to use. When you say how to use Artifactory, what you have in Artifactory, you have a packages. Now where do you store the packages? The next question is, where do you store the packages? So let me tell you, you store the packages in the repository. Answer is repository. Answer is repository. Now, how many different kind of repository? How many different kind of repository you have in Artifactory? So for that, the answer is, come here, click on this admin button. And under the repository, you can see these are the kind of repository you can create it here: local, remote, virtual. That's all. These three kind of repository you can create. Okay. So now the question you must be asking: what is this local? What is a remote? What is a virtual? There is a two more distribution. Okay, distribution repository. Let's use it here, and then one more which I did not want to just a layout actually. So here this is the layout. So it's not a repository, but it's a kind of. So what is the meaning of the local repository? So local repository is like this. Local repository is like this. You have a you probably working on some company, right? Which company you're working for?
I work for Infinera.
Yeah, so you're working for
Infinera.
yeah, in Canada. So now you must be generating some packages like Canada 1.x, 2.x, 1.1x, and stuff like that. So those are your company packages. Those are not the packages which you can want to publish somewhere else. It's like you have to store in the local repository itself. That means you want to store in the local file itself, somewhere in your servers, right? So those packages, which is
Okay.
the local, so in a simple way, your project packages, which you want to store it, that's a local packages. Okay. So for that, to store your local packages, to store your project packages, to store your project packages, you have to use the local repository. Very simple. Now, what is a remote repository? So remote repository is like this. Nowadays, remote repository is very popular. So it can be used for many purposes. It can be used for the proxy, or it can be used for the remote location also. So what is the meaning of it? So let me put it like this. This is, you are working in India, okay? This is the India repository, and this is a USA repository. This is India, this is USA. Now, the thousands of people are working, hundreds of people are working in India, okay, and similarly USA also they are working. Now, if they want to push this, people wants to push their package to here, huge latency will be there, huge latency. So they may take 20 minutes to pull and push. That means publish and then consume the packages. But if you do the local, they will push and pull, then they will take probably 2 minutes. So here just imagine the time, because you do a lot of time build, a lot of time upload, a lot of time download, and every developers, every build servers do that, right? So you have here, you have a build time increases, development time increases, testing time increases, bug fixing increases time. So everything you can spend a lot of hours. So what are you going to do about it? So now it's like this. If you have a location in India, you have a team, set up a repository in India, set up a repository in USA, whatever it is, in their location, not this one. But the problem here is like the packages which India generates, these packages, US team wants to use it. Same way, the packages which is generated by the USA, India team wants to use it. So how can you use it? How can you do that? So for that, we are going to create a remote repository. Okay, remote repository, what will happen? This is the source repository. Here it will become a remote repository. So whenever someone pushes the data, whenever the USA pushes to the local of their repository, automatically this Artifactory remote repository will push the data to this place. Okay, so from here India automatically he has to get it here only. So this push will happen only one time, but here they can get it as many times they want it. Okay, so that way you can save the latencies. Are you getting my points?
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is the one way you can use for the remote location, one of the instance. It can be hundreds of instances. Many times what happens, this is your company, okay, this is a company, and the company has a Artifactory installations in somewhere here. Now what they want, you have a thousands of developers, so your company do, and you have a one public repository which, let's say, Apache. Okay, Apache is a public repository known for the open source solution, and nowadays everyone use the third party dependencies like open source solution. So all of your developers are using the packages which is there in the Apache. But now thousands of pull and pull requests happen. You cannot push it because there's a public repository, is a read only, but you just consume lots of packages. So that create an unnecessary burden on your bandwidth. Okay, so what you are going to do for that, to avoid all this thing, just set the proxy here. Okay, proxy here, and then all the repository whatever you have in Apache, it will be synced to the local repository of Artifactory, and from here your guys can get it easily. So that's the way you can set the loads of bandwidth. Okay, are you getting my points?
Yeah, I got it.
So here, these are the way you can set up the proxy and virtual. Proxy and remote location. But virtual, again, we have one more kind of repository. It's hardly used. I don't understand that why we have a virtual. But if you read it, artificial has not been configured the virtual repository. The Artifactory has not been configured virtual repository. So if you want to know about the more virtual repository, you can see that. But there's a very slightly difference between the remote and virtual. Okay. Now there's one more repository which you probably use it, distribution repository. Distribution repository is like a group actually. Okay, so group. So you can put it the multiple local, multiple remote, and put it in the distribution repository. Again, if you want to know about this all this repository kind of things, the best way, Artifactory repo types, click on it. Here it is. Here you have a three kind of repository: local, remote, and virtual. This is the one. If you want to read about the virtual, so here it is. A virtual repository gets several repositories with the same package type under the common URL. So repository is virtual in this, you can resolve, and so basically this repository is not being used. What it says that like same package type under the common URL. So we are not using regress this repository. Again, you want to do that later, you can explore this stuff. So most important thing is local and remote. Okay, so this is the one which we are going to try it out. So now what we understood, the most important part of this like repository where store the packages. Now you can see the security also inside that. You can create a users, you can
Okay, Rajesh, I'll interrupt here. When we go to the remote, right, you open the diagram of it, the diagram on the MS Paint.
yeah
Or you close the earlier one? I mean,
yeah I just deleted, so let me show you.
yeah. So, so as you said that the Canada guy has pushed the data to the their Artifactory, and it's going to sync up in the India Artifactory, right?
Yeah.
Correct. Here the scenario is, and assume that you have some Docker images which is created in the Canada Artifactory. I mean, the repository which is created in the Canada Artifactory, and the Canada guys can push it to their local, and it gets synced on the India one.
Right.
In the same way, if India guy created his image and push it to here, will the push is possible? I mean,
Yes. So here also you can create a remote repository here also, same way. So here
existing repository.
Here the remote repository, whatever you create, it will be hitting to this guy. Here, whatever you are creating, it will be hitting to this guy like this.
No, my question is, assume that here in the Canada is the main server and India is a proxy server. Assume that.
Yep.
I mean, the proxy in the sense it's a replica server of it.
Right. Yeah.
So in the Canada server, like an Artifactory / Docker images is there. Docker - images will be there. So that will be same thing replicated here, right?
Right.
On the India. India server like an Artifactory -India / Docker images.
Yeah.
So can we push it to this directory, or do we need to create a separate a repository for them, or what?
No, you cannot push it to the remote repository. Okay. So if you look at this here, see. Okay. It's a caching proxy, so you cannot push it. So what you can do is very simple. This is the guy what we have it here, and this is the India guy, this is the US guy. Okay, now you have a developers here also, there also. Now let's say this is your master. Okay, this is the main copy, and this is your cache. Okay, so now you can do one thing. You can set the one repository, remote repository RR here. From here it will come always and sync automatically here. So for the, if you want to use that package, then for the use download you can use the same, but for the upload you can use this one. So that is, so in this fashion also you can save lots of bandwidth, because you don't upload the lots of data every day, but you download a lot of data that you can also use it actually.
So in that case, I have to say the two URLs for them, like an upload use this URL, download use this URL.
Right, yeah.
Right? Is that is what you mean?
Yeah.
Okay. So in case if we create a local directory in the India Artifactory, can we upload the packages there?
Sorry, I didn't get you.
If we create a local repository here on the India machine, not
Yeah,
remote
here,
repository,
yeah.
local.
Here also they can upload, but here the remote repository will not be created. You have to create a local repository here.
That's what. Create a local repository and upload from there, right?
Remote repository is only for the cache. If you want to store something, it's like this. Remote repository only read only. If you want to if you want to upload, then you have to use the local repository, which is a read and write.
Okay, fine. Understand.
Yeah. Okay, so now if you look at this, that was the most important part of it, understanding and about the repository. Apart from that, you have a lots of things which you can do that. Here you can see that you can create a users, you can create a group, you can create a permissions, you can connect with the LDAP and stuff like that. You can connect with the OAuth, SML, stuff like that. So these are not so important. So let's work with the directly uploading the data. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to create one local repository. So here you can see that here local repository example -repo -local is already there. I did not create it, it was there already. This says type generic. Generic means all sort of packages. Now I'm going to create a repository, so just click on it, new. And here now look at this, what kind of packages they support. So basically you can create a repository for the bar, chef. Chef means cookbooks and all. Coca ports, I never heard about this. Conan, Debian packages you can store, Docker packages you can store, gems you can store, Python packages you can store, NuGet also you can store. Here Gradle and so many other things also. But now I'm going to show you the demo with the Maven. Here it is, Maven package. Okay, so basically you can store the packages through all these different ways, but I'm going to show you the Maven here right now. So click on the Maven. So what is my package type? Package will be sent by the Maven. Maven is a build tool, so that's there. So now what is the project repository key? So let's put it like soft hyphen local, that way I can reconnect. Now you have given the repository key, and now here they are asking you the layout. So again, by default it will be Maven. You have a Maven 1, Maven 2. Of course Maven 2 is a default, I mean most recent one, so go with the Maven 2. Now here you want to give the checksum policies. Remember the checksum which validate the integrity of the package. Here it says verify against client checksum da. Here it says Maven snapshot behavior version. So you want to be unique, non-unique. So if you know that Maven, they have a version, and there's a two kind of version, which is like a snapshot and release. So whether you want that each particular upload should be unique, so you want to keep it unique. If you make it non-unique, then duplicated can be uploaded. Now description, this is for the demo, this is for demo. Here this is again, this is some internal discussion, this is for demo. Okay, here some of the things what you want include, what you want exclude. So I'll let it default, everything is as it is. So just I given the main important things, keys and layout, that's all. These are the two important things, and after that everything is everything is what do you say, uh, temporary. Now in the advanced tab you want to see that what you have it. So I'll just go with this replication. I don't want to replicate this. Save. And so now I have created one local repository which is called soft local. So do you know this Maven?
No, I don't know, Maven.
Okay, no problem. So here I just got this package created, sorry, repository created. The repository name is soft local. Remember that package type is Maven. What are the locations? You got it. Everything is okay. I'll just verify. It's cool. Now the thing is, how to create a local repository, and the answer is done. Now next in how to create a remote repository. So remote repository I don't have, but I am going to use Apache. So now I'm going to show the demo for the remote repository. So here it is, remote.
So remote repository can be this one also, right? I mean, the from the master also we can create a remote repository, right?
Yeah, so you can use the remote repository, another remote repository. What is happening? Okay, so the problem has happened because I did not start as services, so it got restart the services, no problem. I'm going to restart it. Oh, I need to set the Java home again. So you should have been started as a
Service.
yeah, no problem. So now again the services got up and running. Okay, so okay, so now services started. Now click on it. Here it is. Login. EDMIN PASSWRD. Here it is. Click on it. So I created a local. I'm going to create a remote. So remote, I don't have anything. So let me create a remote. And remote would be again, which one will be remote? So remote, I'm going to use Apache Public. So again, Maven. And now here, what is this? JCenter bin tray. I don't know. So let's use something Apache. Apache. Here it is. I just use Apache and Apache. So repo dot maven.apache.org. This is the remote. So I'm just I given the keys, I given the URL. This is the public repository most of the developers use, and here you can find thousands of packages. Okay, so most of the developers use this as a open source solution. So I'm going to test it. Just check it out. Now you see that successfully connected to the server. So my test has happened properly, no problem. So now how to create a remote repository? Done. Any questions on this?
No.
So how to create a remote? Done. Now I'm going to
So
upload.
a remote repository, which I said, right? I mean, which I talked about, like, and when you do the caching mechanism from the master to the proxy, a master to the cache server,
Yeah, you'll
even
get
that
the
is
IP.
also called.
Yeah. You can make it the repository of another Artifactory also. You can make it. You'll get the URL of
Okay.
it. URL of it, something
Mm-hmm.
like this. If you want to set up this local, which you have created soft local, you have to get the URL of it, and this URL you'll be given in their repository. Okay. So let me show you
Okay.
the URL where you can find it. Here you'll not be able to see that, but home you will be able to see that. Here, see this. This is the URL you got it. Properties. Just a second.
No, I think it's the first name, name.
I'm looking for the full path actually. So
It will be in the name copy. Yeah, there.
here it is. So this is the path actually. So this URL you can copy and put it in another artifact. Okay.
Okay.
Just like this. So now you got this. See, this is the Apache remote repository which I just copied and started caching it already. So many caching started already in the background. So you don't have to do anything. Cache started. So now here you have it. So this is the local repository. This is the remote repository. Now next question is how to upload artifact in local repository. Okay. And second question is how to use remote repository to download. Are you getting my points?
Yeah.
So these are two things. So now let me tell you, you have many ways to use it. Popular is Maven. You can use command line also if you want it. You can use Docker also. You can use NuGet also. It depends on you. You can use the Ruby gems. Anything you can use it. I'm showing you this Maven. Let me tell you. Okay, very simple things you have to understand. And approach should be the same here. This is your Artifactory, and this is your local repo. Okay, this is you. Now, if you want to upload some package, this is a package. You want to upload here. What the things you needed? Tell me. What are the things you need?
You need a package name.
Using Maven. Okay, so you need a package name. That's a cool.
And the permissions to upload of it.
Permissions to upload. And what else? Address, right? Address of local
repository.
These are the three things. So now package name you will get from the Maven. Okay, because each tool Artifact is very well integrated with the Maven, and remember this repository itself I created to host the Maven. Okay, now second thing is you need a permission to upload, so let's get the permission. So now you go here, admin section, create a users, groups, permissions, whatever you want to create, you can create it. As many users you want to create it, you want to give the permission to that users, you can give the permission to these users, you want to give the groups, you want to be part of some groups, you can do that. All these things you can set it up here. But for time being, I'll use the admin user, and the password of this admin user is password itself. This guy is having every permissions, so I don't have to worry about it. So now I got the permission, admin, a password. Normally what you'll do, you'll create a deployment user for the deployment purpose and give the adequate permission for that. Just you have to play with this permission. Here you see this, any remote, anything. This guy can do anything. How many repository it has it? 3 repository here. Okay, so all these things uses like a self play actually, uses group permissions. Now address of the local repo. So where's my address? Let's go here, soft local, name it, and this is the address. So all these 3 information I got it, but where I am going to keep it, I am going to. So if you understand the Maven you require 2 information. You need to modify pom.xml and you need to modify setting.xml. Let me tell you, in order to use the Artifactory, you have to use the median also. Medians like Maven, Docker, Python. So if you click on this and if you want to create a more repository, let's say click on new. See, these are the, so if you want to upload the images, upload the, what is it, packages, you need to understand from where you want to upload. Whether you want to upload using Maven, then you need to understand Maven. If you want to upload using NuGet, then you need to understand NuGet, or maybe Git or Python packages, PSP Composer, or Docker, so Debian, Puppet, Chef. So you need to understand, right? Simple thing. Okay. So now, in order to upload the packages from the Maven, which is the Maven is a very popular way to upload the packages, you need to modify the pom.xml and you need to modify the setting.xml. So now, what is a pom.xml? Pom.xml is a project object model configuration file of the Maven. What is setting.xml? Setting.xml contains the configuration of the Maven. So in this pom.xml, what you will go? It will go the repo location. Simple. What is this repo location? This is the one. Okay, and the setting.xml, what it will go? It will go the access. Here is the access. Now, where is the package name? Package name we'll get it in the maven.xml itself, form.xml itself. So package name you will get here, version name you will get here, all this thing. Okay, so all this information you got it. So now this you have to set it up form.xml, setting.xml. But if you don't know what need to be done, no need to worry about, because Maven has given spoon feeding to you. If you click on the soft local, here it says set me up. See that? There's one button, set me up.
Okay.
Yeah. So here you have to click on this, set me up, and see that here. Which tool you want to set it up? Maven. Which is the repository? Soft local. Now they're asking you, just read it. You want to have a Maven setting? This is the Maven setting. You have got it. You want to copy it in the pom.xml. You have to put pom.xml. You have to put this content. Look at this here. Path, right?
Okay.
Now you have two kind of releases. One is a release in Maven itself. Maven is a two kind of release. Maven release, Maven snapshot. So you have a central, you have a snapshot. This you have to insert into where? Pom.xml. Now you must be wondering what would be the content of the setting.xml. No need to worry about. Here it says type password to insert your conditional to code data. So here just click on the generate Maven setting. And here you have to pass the password. Somewhere you have to pass the username also. So type the password in search your contents. So what is the password? PASSWRD. Here it is. No, not this one. Just a second. Snapshot. Remove credentials. It's not coming properly. Okay, let's type it. PASSWRD. PA. It's not getting enabled. Just a second, let me click on the deploy, okay? This is also not there. Should be here actually, but no problem. If you're not getting it, I know how to generate manually. Okay, no problem. So I'm going to help you manually also. Just change the navigation actually. Let me try one more time. Yes, WRD. Okay, no problem. So I'll create manually. So what I'm going to do, very simple. In the setting.xml, you have to modify location would be wherever you install the setting Maven. Normally I install the tools Maven conf. Here it is. The setting.xml, you have to go and find out the servers. Here it is, servers. Now, what is the username? admin. Password? PASSWRD. One important things you have to remember. Remember this one. This
Rajesh,
side. Huh?
can you just give me a minute? 1 minute, please.
As I said, in order to upload the packages into the local repository of Artifactory, you have to use this one in the pom.xml, and there are some elements you have to add. This is called server element, which is called username and password. So username is admin, password is password, but this temp ID should be matching with this ID and this ID. Okay, if this ID is not matching, so then your password will not work. So central should be central here also. Or if this is a different repository, unfortunately this is the same repository, but most of the time you'll use the two different repository, because one for the release, one for the non-release version. So if you want to use it, you can use the same ID here also, because I have as of now only one repository. But in the case of the different repository, you can have it two different username and password and sort of things. So now what I have, this name, and this name should be matched. Then only your Maven will detect the password of this admin and password. So I just modify this. Here it is. I just modify this here. Now you need a pom.xml. So let me put it here. You need to insert this one inside the setting.xml. That's all. So remember, same thing you discussed.
Yeah.
Now you require the admin password, I put it in setting.xml. You require the address, I put it in pom.xml. Now where is the Maven name, package name, and version and all, you will get in the pom.xml. So where is your pom.xml? So I need one sample project of the Maven. So usually I should be having the project. Let me put it. So here you have a sample project. This is the sample project. Inside that you have a pom.xml. Your product name is hello. No, this is wrong actually. This is the source code and stuff like that. Here you have a source code. Here to Java file. Okay. So this is the product name. Now your project name is financial services. Packaging is jar. Version is 1.0. It's a released one. Okay. Now this is the dependent package JUnit. Remember JUnit. Okay, and now here, why you have a 2? It's okay, let it be. Here again 3, 4. So dependencies unnecessarily. Okay, now so here dependency, I'll close it. Here now I just said we have to push these changes, this one inside my pom.xml. So here I'm just putting it. So now the package name financial services 1.0 jar file will be uploaded inside this repository. What's the command for it? The command is,
so where is this pom.xml is located? It will be inside the Apache, I mean in the Artifactory directory?
no. Pom.xml is not at all is a part of the Artifactory. It's a part of Maven file.
Oh, okay. It's a part of Maven file. Okay.
So here we remember Artifactory is not at all related to the pom.xml or not. They say which kind of package, from where you want to upload the package. I say I want to upload the package using the Maven. So they give you the environment according to the Maven. Now the moment you say Docker, then they'll give you the environment of Docker. The moment they say you say Chef, then they will give you the environment of Chef. Now you need to know the Chef also, Puppet also, Maven also, Docker also, in order to understand how can you use the Artifactory, because Artifactory is the only place where you have a repository. But how to push the repository, you need to know all these tools actually.
Okay.
Got it?
Sure.
Yeah. So that's what I was saying, because we created a popular type repository, which is a local repository of Maven. most of the developers use Maven only. They want to upload jar, var, EAR and stuff like that. So in order to do that Maven, you need to required to do the changes in Maven, not in Artifactory. You want to do in the pom.xml, you have to insert this elements, setting.xml, you have to insert this element, and after that you have done with it. So now the same thing I did. Pom.xml, I had a sample pom.xml, which I did got it from the Pom Maven training. So here it is the product name, version name, package type, jar, and this is the stuff I've inserted, right?
Mm.
So now, what is the goal name which will be used to deploy to the package? That will be called Maven deploy. And now your package will be built, test, package, created, and then deployed to the Artifactory. Let's look at this. So now compilation is happening. Here it is. Now compilation of the two source code is in progress. Now compilation completed, test is happening. All this is a part of the Maven. You don't need to worry about the Artifactory is not nowhere is playing a role. Now if you see that here, during the deployment, it's deployment. See, the deployment has been called here, deploy. During the deployment, it's deploying, uploading the packages to the Artifactory. Look at this. See here.
Okay.
You see that?
Yeah.
Now you go here and check those packages. So click on this, click on the soft local and see com.companyname.software.financial services. This is your group ID. Where it is coming? It's coming from here. This is your product
Okay.
ID, financial services. The jar is, see, this is a jar. Here it is jar, right? Now this
Okay.
product has been uploaded. The moment now you modify 2.0, again 2.1 will be uploaded using the same command. I just did the Maven deploy. You see, upload is happening, installing upload is happening. So now I go here, refresh this one. Now 1 is uploaded, 2 is uploaded. Now as long you want to upload whatever the version you want. So easy, right? Right?
Correct.
Yeah. So now if you want to use this, how can you use it? Let's say I build it 1.0 and 2.0. Okay. Now I want to make this product is 2.0. I want to make the 1.0 dependent on the 2.0. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to add the dependencies. So dependencies would be very easy. Just add this is the Maven training. I mean, this is the Maven stuff. You don't have to deal with them anything now, anything with Apache. Now, how do I change it? So you can download this one. Just a second. I'm just checking. They should be giving me the code actually for it. Set me up. Not here. Download. Here you download this one, but I don't want to. What I wanted was I wanted to have a code. So how can you get the code? So I want my 1.0 is dependent. So this should be, yes, here it is. They give you the code. That's the use of the pro actually. In the OSS you will not get this. So I just added this one. Remember here your 2.0 is dependent on 1.0. Now they know from where to take it. Okay, this is the group ID com.companyname.services financial service data. Now I just build it. Okay, clear the screen, clear, clear the screen, cls mb and deploy. Now dependencies first will be downloaded. From where it's going to download? Let's look at this here. See, this is so fast.
Yeah.
I cannot show you, but it should be, see, uploading is happening. That's a different thing, but I want to show you the download. But download did not show you because it was already copied. So what I'm going to do, very simple. I don't know whether you know Maven or not, but you should know actually. So here I'm going to delete manually into the repository. So repository company name software financial services 1.0. I just delete it manually. Okay, And now I am going to deploy one more time here. So now it will be downloaded this time because that package was already there, so it did not download it. So I just deleted manually. So now it will be downloaded because I deleted manually. See, downloading this time here. See, it's trying to download, right? Right?
Yeah, correct.
But the problem here is this is hitting to the wrong location, right?
Yeah, it's going to remote.
So what are you going to do? So for that, that's the second question. How to use remote repo to download. So here you can use the remote repo or local repo, whatever you like it. For time being, I'm just replacing this repo.maven.apache.org because look at this. This is looking for this package. This is the version which is I put it in the dependencies here, which is here. Okay, from the remote repo.apache.org. It should not be looking over there. So where it should be looking? It should be looking on the your Artifactory. Your Artifactory. This is the one. So for that, there's one changes required, and the changes is mirror. Here it is. Here this change is required. This is commented. I'm going to uncomment it here. Now this is Artifactory. So what was the node ID? Central, right? Central. And what is the IP address? Here, this is the one. I just modify star, let it be. And then one more thing I'm going to modify, that's activate profile. And activate profile here. That's all. Okay, cool. So now in order to modify download option, you have to add the mirror. And this is what I did. And solution is this one. This one. And now if you just go and control C, because it cannot be downloaded from here there because the package is not there at all. So now you are going to Maven deploy, and now you see that C is downloading from the your Artifactory, and which the package is already there. And now you saw that it's trying to download. What is the problem?
Profile could not found.
Probably this is the wrong thing. I did it. I don't need to profile. I don't have it actually. So clear the screen. I will deploy one more time. See, it's trying to download from there. In build failure. Okay, so what it says, financial services 1. Failed to could not resolve dependency project. So there's a problem. Failed to connect dependency control. Okay, do you have a 1.0? Let me check. Pom. So let me check. Do you have the pom.xml first? So I go here and I can see this pom.xml is here. Oh, what was the problem? You know?
What's that?
The problem is Artifactory is down. That was
it's down.
So now I have to restart this, no problem. ec2-user sudo -s set java and go to opt artifactory bin and run this. And now I'm going to use my command line once this is done. I started out successfully. Okay, so now it started. Now let me deploy. And now you see that it's downloading and it's got downloaded. See, it's got downloaded. It will download and keep it under this directory. See, 1.1. You can see the timestamp. It's timestamp is 11:43, which is right now 11:44. So just now it got downloaded. Okay. Yeah. So now you can see that how can you manage this repository. So basically it's playing with the repository actually. So you have to go log in using admin PASSWRD login. To create a repository, you have to use n number of types. Like probably you can try Maven, which is a very popular. You can try also for the Docker. I think you're using Docker. You can also try with the Chef Puppet if you know that. So these are the things you can try, and then everything will be the same. So you need to know Chef, you need to know the Puppet, you need to know the Maven, or you need to know the Docker for it. Did you understand it?
Yeah.
So now, if you want to play some of the security option, users groups permission, it has some more options actually, but not all this important. To get started, you have to use the only these options which I taught you. Now, this is the Artifactory Essentials training. Now, I'll have one more training for you. That will be at Artifactory Advanced training. So what I want before that, because if I complete everything in one go, probably you might get confused. So what I want you practice it. I'm going to give you the recordings for it.
Okay.
I'm going to give you're going to do the practice of it, and once you're done with the basics practice, you're confident enough, then we'll go and cover the remaining advanced sessions as well. Okay.
Okay.
Any questions now?
And so final questions. I think I would like, instead of Maven, I would like to work with experiments on the Docker images on it. So do you have that environment in your setup?
Let me check it out. So I'm going to create a first repository. Let's go to the admin, local, new, and Docker. Here it is. And now repository case, so doc, I'll just name it doc. Okay. And API version, let it be 2. And public description, internal descriptions, let it be. And everything is okay. Save it and create it. So now my doc is created. I go to this section which is called repository browser, click on the Docker, and I click on the set me up, and just I look for the information what it needed, and this is needed, this one. So Docker login artprod.company name, artprod.com company name, where it's come from. It's not mine actually. Okay, so now yeah, I can show you the demo of Docker also. Do you know the Docker?
I know a little bit of the Docker, but my main goal for taking this Artifactory is for the Docker purpose actually.
Yeah, there's nothing great about it. You see that set me up documents. I don't know whether you can understand or not. What is the Docker login commands will do?
Docker login command is to log into your the repository server.
Wonderful.
See,
by
Docker,
default,
it has one.
By default, I'll tell you. By default, the moment you type Docker login, it will go to the hub.docker.com. So that's the reason what they're saying. Instead of going to the hub.docker.com, don't put Docker login only. Put your artprod.company.com. Whereas your artprod.company.com is your this one. Okay. So let me put it like this. Notepad, and very simple actually. Do you know how to create image?
Yeah.
Wonderful. Then I think this is the only command you will be having it. So let me just verify. Using the Docker require reverse proxies such as Nginx or Apache. For example, repository. In this example, we use to represent the Docker repository in Artifactory. To log in, to use Docker login command, provide your Artifactory username or API. Use anonymous access enabled. You do not need to log in. Manually set the credentials in your if you're using the okay, print the multiple registry the following instructions and deploy or push. Okay, so after setting up this one, you required to do this one, Docker tag or Docker push. So the only thing I'm just looking out of, what should be replaced with artprod.company.com. So what they are saying, artprod.company name is a reverse proxy. So using the Docker with Artifactory requires a reverse proxy such as Nginx or Apache. For more details, please visit Docker repository documentations. So in this example, use Artifactory represents a Docker repository. So here reverse proxy. So what they're saying basically, this is your Docker Artifactory location. You can use instead of this location, you can use the revert proxies. What I'm going to do, I'm going to ask you to try this command. If it's not working, I will come up with the working command. So first try to log in using this, and here image ID, this is the repository name which should be doc. Okay, and here doc tag, whatever you like it. You can use the push command also if you just try this command. If it's not working, then I'll help you with it. Okay.
Sure. Yeah.
You know how to create images and all, right?
Yeah, I know the home image
So
creation.
if you need any help, come to the DevOpsSchools.com and go to the tutorials. Go to the Docker. In here, a lot of reference you have it. So just refer it here. Okay.
So this Docker school, DevOps school is yours, is it? I mean.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So you can try. The only thing is I'm doubting prod should be replaced with this IP address, and if not, then we have to create a reverse proxy as he suggested, and they have some documentations also. Which is here. Okay.
Okay.
But the command is
Sure.
same. Command is same. Let me tell you. If you type docker login, it will go and hit the docker hub.docker.com. Hub.docker.com.
Yeah.
But if you provide this exact address, it will go and hit that section. Same case with here. If you do not provide, if you just type docker tag image name and then repository name, this will hit it to your repository, which is hub.docker.com. The moment you provide this one, then it will hit your customized one. Same goes with this one also. It's a very simple command. Just you have to replace your address of repository. That's all. Okay.
Okay. All right.
Okay, so just try it out and do let me know. So what you're going to do, you're going to try it out and you're going to send me the list of questions which you want me to try and show you the demo for it, and then we'll take it forward.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Any other questions?
No.
Please be kind enough to like it, and you can comment any of your doubts and queries. We will reply to them at the earliest. Want to study further? Subscribe to our paid membership to get a deep dive into each and every topic. Do look out for more videos in our playlist and subscribe to our DevOps School channel and hit the bell icon to learn more. Keep learning.